On a farm in Leicestershire, there are hidden treasures.
I like to keep busy all the time. I don't like to keep my eggs in one basket. If something comes up, I'll buy it.
Paul Taylor runs a plant hire business.
I used to drive a lorry all around the country, and I was getting pretty sick of it, to be fair, because I was getting a bit of a gut on me, like I've got now. People were asking me, do you know anybody can dig a drive off for me and this, that. So I went and bought an old JCB, and at weekends I could earn more money driving that digger, digging a drive off, than I could sitting in a lorry all week. I used to go around knocking buildings down. I've knocked a few buildings down in the village, knocked a few houses down in Inkley, Leicester, all over the place.
And all that graft has paid off, and he's been able to indulge his passion for Hillman Avengers.
My dad gave me his Avenger as a first car. I even took it to take my test in. I failed because I got furry dashboard in it. I didn't really used to like them, to be honest. I used to be into the Capris and that, but after having the Avenger and driving it, they were a lot better drive. I have had Capris, but don't rate them. They're too long.
Paul's now got an armada of Avengers. Some are high-performance Tigers, others are long-term projects. But along the way, he's also picked up a few other curios.
I've always been into buying and selling a few antiques. We just try and sell anything we can, really. I do buy one or two quirky bits and bobs, like the Dalek. I do believe it's off the set. Doctor Who top comes off, and obviously you can climb inside.
Do you ever fancy to go in there?
No, I don't think I could get in. The old petrol cans. I bought a box full of them, didn't realise what was in there till I opened the box, and they were full of cans of oil. Well, it comes in handy to put in my car, because it's the right oil. It's got to be over 2,000 items in here, and we've got containers down the bottom full of furniture, and obviously bits and bobs from clearances. These are a couple of Vespers. They were in a restaurant. They was just part of, I suppose, something different in the restaurant front for people to see, a bit of a gimmick. The shop's packed up with COVID and whatnot, and I've ended up with them to try and sell. They're in pretty good condition, just want recommissioning, really. Wouldn't take a lot, to be honest. I'm probably perhaps looking for somewhere around £1,000 each. I'd be happy for that. Move them on and then put that money towards something else.
Paul needs to make a bit more space.
Various cars I keep collecting.
So something bigger is going too.
Well, this is our latest edition. This plane, it's Rand's Coyote.
So we're going to send a plane to a classic car auction?
That's correct. You can just see the engine through there. Twin-cylinder rotary engine. The wings, they lift up and fold round. There's like an hinge effect here. That piece down the bottom there turns round and goes into there with a bolt through it. And then there's two props which are on the other side that fix into that bracket there and go up to the wings. And then these are the flaps that all work from inside. And then you've got the tail for you going around the corners or whatever. The mice have been at the seat, but all the headgear's still in it, the radio gear, all the clocks and everything. I think if you just put a battery on it and some fuel, I'm pretty sure it would run. But I'm not up for flying, to be honest. I'm going to put it on a transporter and take it up to Yorkshire and hope it don't take off on the way there. They are going for about £5,000, £6,000, but yeah, it's just a job to know. I suppose it's who's there at the end of the day and who wants to buy it. Just see what happens.
Outside the showroom, Wing Commander Paul Taylor has hit the tarmac with his Coyote 2 light aircraft. Dave's on hand for a flight safety check.
Yeah, it's different, mate, isn't it?
It'll give you something different to sell, won't it?
Yeah, won't it? Have you flown it?
No.
No, you'd have a job getting me up in that. That's about as high off the floor as I want to go in that thing on that trailer.
Yeah. I think it'd go with a bit of a...
Yeah.
Twin-cylinder engine in it, Rotax.
Trouble is, them Bombardier engines on in motorbikes, them army motorbikes, are bleeding rubbish.
Yeah, ain't they?
I know. But it's all right when you're down here, isn't it? It's when you're up there that you want to worry about it.
Yeah, they are.
We better get it off then, ain't we?
Yeah.
If we can get the wings out, I think it'd be better.
Yeah, we could do that. Going to be the safety strap just to stop it flying off, as we say. You got it? It's coming down now then. Yeah, straight back at that.
Super duper, right. Yeah, back it in there, mate. And if we've got enough room for them wings, then great.
Come off easier than I thought, to be fair.
Yeah, get them wings up, mate. We'll see how we go. That'll fit in there. He wants to be airborne, this old lad here. He's back in Battle of Britain, he is. Yeah, aren't you? It's got no guns on this one. The last one you flew had guns. Oh, dear. So, have you still got that scarf with bullet holes in? That big white one.
I wouldn't have a clue what the value of that would be.
I don't like flying in general, but definitely not in that.
It's a little bit like fairground rides, isn't it? You look at them and think that should be 10 mil, and I've only got a 6 mil bolt. And you look at this thing, don't you? And you think that should be 8 mil.
Yeah.
And it's got a 4 mil bolt, and you think, Jesus.
Yeah, we're in.
Lovely idea, isn't it? You watch it and you think, oh, it's fantastic, that. In reality, no, you've got to be a bit. I used to be a clockmaker, you can tell, can't you?
Right, are we going to get this other wing out there, do you think?
I think it'll come out, won't it? I love the idea of it. Yeah, I'll get giddy with high heels on, let alone going up in that. That's about it, I think, Whoop. I don't think we dare do any more.
I ain't got a clue what we got. Do you know, I had a birthday present go up in one of these, and when I was up there, frightened the life out of me. And the side screens like these, you know, they're all flappy like that, they're horrible. And you think, you're going to fall out any minute. So I was hanging on to the seatbelt as tight as I could. The fella said, would you like to have a go? I said, no, I'm not taking my hands off of these seatbelts. But anyway, there you are. It's a Coyote 2. I know very little about it. It's just that it landed last week, excuse the pun. I actually would love to fly one. Whether I've got enough nerve, I'm not actually too sure, really. 2 sets of joysticks and such like. We've got a pull there for a choke. We've got an MG midget, heater control, compass, altimeter, and the usual gauges for the engine. So there you are. I'm totally convinced it's worth 2,000 or 3,000 quid, and probably a bit more. And guys that know this job would no doubt look at it and think, you know, yes, a very, very airworthy little craft, but don't look very strong, does it? Look at these bolts holding these things in here, look. Well, the whole box section drilled through, and dear, oh dear, oh dear. It don't impress me a great deal. Bit of fabric. So all in all, you're welcome to it. An absolute death trap. I'll stick with me Bentley on the ground. Nice and safe, reasonably warm, know what I'm doing. Dave, do you want to do this plane? You know more about it?
No, you know more about it than I do.
Oh, I thought you'd been out on it.
No, I didn't bother. I couldn't get it to take off, but then I realised it's because the wings were folded in.
Oh, were they? Oh, yeah, no, you've got to put them wings out, definitely. You won't go without them. It looks a very purposeful bit of kit. Perfectly honest, they give me the willies, but they are, no matter what I think. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, it'll take off.
One lad said to me, does it have an engine in? Well, there's a fan on the front, so I presume it does.
Start me on it. Where? What's it worth? 2-1. 2001. 2. 2002. 3. 2003. That it then? 2,300. 4. 2,400. 5. Go in then. 2,500. What a bit of kit. 2.6. 7. 2007. 2.8. Gonna sell it then. 2,800. Looked for absolutely for nothing. 2,800. Sold 2.8.
The plane is snapped up by a former pilot from Derbyshire. The fog might have rolled in at the Mathewsons, but that's not delaying the takeoff of the Coyote. Dave's waiting in the wings for the new owner.
Maximum flap speed, 80 mile an hour. I'm amazed it does 80 mile an hour. That rings someone that you love speed, 120. Good luck you're not going to get out of this alive speed, look, 125.
Yeah, very impressed.
Garage boss John Cuppet flew planes for 20 years, and he can see past Dave's misgivings.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it. But I think its flying days have gone.
As a former pilot, there'll be no temptation into actually get this thing back up
No,
in the air.
I don't think so, no.
Why is that?
I value the years I've got left, I think. It'll look good on the forecourt, a car under each wing.
Now then, mate, how are you doing?
Not bad, are you, Dave?
I'm all right. Yeah. You gonna have a go, are you?
No.
Yeah, I'd have a go as long as you promised you wouldn't go that far off the floor.
Yeah, it don't be taking off, no. No way. She'll try and get the engine running, and then I've got like an acre of land, and I might just run it, like ground run it. So I think that'd be safest.
Righto, when you're ready. Hurry up, that'll probably do, won't it? Hang on. Work. All right, now down a bit, sir, and then come forward. Steady, steady, steady.
Docks away, Ginger.
Whoop. Hang on. It's not quite going to be there, is it, unfortunately?
It looks as though it's crash landed, doesn't it, on the back of the truck, as I'm driving along.
No, steady away. If that propeller starts turning, you start lifting off a little bit. John, you have to throttle off. Yeah. Yeah, well done, mate. Keep the speed down, won't you?
I will.
Yeah, don't go too balmy. Joel's a good one. All the best.
Yeah, thanks for all your help.